Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today what I have for you is episode 4 of my Football Manager 23 beta save with Tottenham Hotspur. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 400 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a cheeky comment as well down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. We've had a mixed run of results since you were last with us. If you didn't already check out the last episode, we did loads of transfer business. We even played our first Champions League match. Make sure you go check that out if you haven't already. But make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get straight into it. So as I mentioned then, since you were last with us, we have had a pretty decent run of form, but there has been some mixed results in there. We've been doing very well in the Champions League. We had a very, very good 4-0 win at home to Eintracht Frankfurt in our second Champions League group stage match. We then had a 3-0 win away at Fulham. Certainly wasn't the most convincing result in the world. Fulham were a very, very good side. We then had a 9-1 win at home to Grantham. It was just a cheeky friendly match to get some of the younger players some game time to see if anyone were really going to be good enough for first team football, because we had a week off due to international break, I want to say. We then had a 3-3 draw at home to Everton. We were 2-0 down. We ended up turning the game around. We're winning 3-2. Then we conceded an 88th minute equaliser, so another 2 points dropped. We do seem to be struggling at home in the Premier League. We're yet to win at home in the Premier League. We've lost to teams like Bournemouth. We drew to Leeds, drew to Everton. And then after that game against Everton, we had a 4-0 win away at Napoli in our third Champions League group stage match. And then most recently, winning 3-1 away at Brentford. Again, pretty poor performance, but overall, we've managed to scrape it in the last 15 minutes. Still, what I have for you then is Napoli at home in our fourth Champions League group stage match, and then we'll also have Crystal Palace away in the Premier League. It's going to be another two very tough games. Obviously, you didn't already check out the transfer business. I'm going to come and spoil it. Been very impressed with Coop Miners, Sergio Roberto as well. I know he's not playing in the position that he wants to play in, but he's been unbelievable for us so far, so I've been very impressed with him. I think the quicker January comes around though, the better, because we need some more not youth recruitment, we need some more attacking options. I'm not a big fan of Perisic, to be honest with you. I don't really think he's done all too much. I mean, his stats are okay, 2 goals in 10 appearances, but overall not the greatest. We have also agreed a deal with a Watford youngster to come in from the start of next season, Yasser Asprilla, 2-star current ability, but he's got 5-star potential. We brought him in for, I can't remember how much money it was for. Can I check how much money it's for? I can't. But he'll be joining us at the start of next season, but he's going to be going out on loan to Watford for the campaign. So by the time season 3 comes around, you should be able to see him, and hopefully he's at least 2.5, maybe 3-star current ability as well. I must admit, by the way, Richarlison, in that period of time where Harry Kane was out for about a month with his injury, Richarlison actually did very well. He's now got 5 goal contributions in 9 Premier League matches, where he's only started 3 of them. He scored 7 goals from 5 starts in every competition so far this season. So very, very nice. Obviously, that does include 4 goals in 2 continental matches as well, which I believe is the Champions League. I want to say, let's get into this game against Napoli. We beat them 4-0, I believe, the first time that we played them at their place, but we've seen so far this season, not very good at home, but that's more to do with the Premier League. Let's see how we line up. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for our 4th Champions League group stage match at home to Napoli. We've got Hugo Lloris in goal, a back four of Roberto, Romero, Ibanez and Sessegnon. Coop Miners as the holding midfielder, Basuma as the box-to-box, Goncalves as the more attacking midfielder, Kulusevski on the right, Heung-min Son on the left and Harry Kane through the middle. I think when all 11 of these are fit, these 11 are going to play. We have also been training a new 4-2-3-1 tactic, which will look something like this, I think, once we've got everyone obviously in the right position. But I think for this game in the Champions League against Napoli, we are just going to go with this system for this game. Let's get into it then. I don't think we can qualify if we win this game, but again, another win here would put us in a very, very good spot to qualify in for the knockout rounds. I think we've won every game so far pretty convincingly as well, so fingers crossed we can make it another win in this game. The players have reacted fairly well as well. If you have a look at their team, it's a decent team. They've got some good players in there. This number 77, that's probably the best way that I can refer to him. Very good player in real life. Let's see how he gets on in today's game. We need to shut the critics up in this one. Obviously, there is Champions League music. You can't hear that. I realised in last episode you can't actually hear it because my Streamlabs doesn't record game sound, I don't think, so you actually can't hear the Champions League music. So no copyright strike for me, but we can look at the formation. I think they're playing the same formation as us. Politano, very good player. He might cause us some problems in this game. It's going to be a very tough one. Let's get into kick-off and hopefully we can pick up another 3 points. 20 minutes on the clock then. We've started the brighter of the two sides. This is the first highlight of the game though. Roberto goes into Harry Kane. He finds Kulusevski. Referee is given a foul here. I mean, Kulusevski still stood outside the penalty area. I definitely don't think this is a penalty. It certainly was a foul, but I don't think it was a penalty. No penalty has been awarded. I do think that is the correct decision. We will have a free kick though here in quite a dangerous area. We need a good delivery here from, is it Pedro Goncalves? It is. Right on the line of the penalty area. Ball comes into the box, headed away by Zanoli. Race for the ball here, which Basuma wins. I've been very impressed with Basuma. Very, very good player. Koopmeiners now goes into Sergio Roberto, and that is the end of the highlight. I think if we win this game and Frankfurt don't win, then I think we have qualified for the Champions League, which is very nice. Obviously, we want to top the group so we get an easier game in the next round, but the board want is to just get out of the group stage matches as well. So as long as we can get into the knockout rounds, the board should be fairly happy with that. The board are less than impressed with the current position in the Premier League. I think we're 7th, I want to say at the moment, maybe 8th, and we've played a game more than everybody else, so certainly not ideal. 35 minutes on the clock though. We're looking to build an attack here. Sessegnon finds Heung-min Son. He cuts inside and gives it to Koopmeiners. Has his pocket robbed though by Raspadori. He goes back to Zielinski. Ball over top here to number 77. Roberto picks it up though. We will be able to clear. Basuma looking for that ball into Heung-min Son. Doesn't win it, and the ball comes straight back. Sessegnon now finds Ibanez, sloppy on the ball. Good save from Hugo Lloris. A bit sloppy there from Ibanez. Not what we want to see from the former Roma man, obviously. He will be used to playing against teams like Napoli, but that was really sloppy from him there. And now we approach half-time. Napoli certainly growing into this game. It's not been as easy as what the last scoreline would suggest when we last time played Napoli. We have got a couple tired bodies out there, but I'm not really going to rush to make any substitutes as of right now. We'll give it 10-15 minutes or so before we do look to make our subs. Goncalves picks the ball up here and gives it into Romero. Holding the ball here, finds Basuma. He looks for a forward pass into Kulusevski. Kane through to Pedro Goncalves. It's a big save from Meret, and it goes out for Spurs corner. Good start from us here in the second half. Big chance for Goncalves there. That's the sort of chance I'd like to see him convert though. Son now with this corner, outswinger. It's a deep ball in, looking for Harry Kane, and it's headed behind again for a throw-in this time. It's not gone behind, it's gone out for a throw-in. Throw-in here for Napoli. Politano picks it up, looks for that ball to Zielinski. It's come to 77 who shoots. His shot does go over the bar. With nearly an hour on the clock now, I'm going to look to make just 3 substitutions. I don't want to make them all at once with it still being at 0-0. You don't want to unsettle the team too much. I've kind of got that game against Crystal Palace in the back of my mind as well. Roberto, he's currently on a yellow card and fairly tired. Do we maybe bring Jed Spence on? Is that a brave thing to do? You know, I'm going to bring Jed Spence and give him an opportunity. We are also going to get Højbjerg on for Koopmeiners just to freshen things up in the midfield. I want to make an offensive change as well, so we will get Brian Gill on for Kulusevski. Again, maybe a little bit of a brave thing to do, but I feel like if we put maybe Gill as an inverted winger and get Spence as a complete wing-back to overlap, that could be maybe something that does work well. We'll leave it another 10 minutes before we maybe make any more substitutions as well. Still half an hour to play here. Hopefully we can find a goal. Son with the ball in there. It's a pretty poor ball in. It's bouncing around. It comes to Pedro Goncalves who strikes. And Pedro Goncalves has his 6th goal of the season. The subs have only been on the pitch a matter of seconds. He celebrates in front of the Napoli fans. And that is why we've spent the money on Pedro Goncalves, to come up with quality moments like that. Why did we not get a replay there? Replays are on. I don't know why we didn't get a replay there, but it's a fantastic finish from Pedro Goncalves, and we take the lead once again in the Champions League as Harry Kane heads over there from a Heung-min Son free kick. And that is exactly what we're looking for. The breakthrough has now been broken. Hopefully we can go on and get a couple more goals as well. We could do with taking Son off. He's absolutely knackered. Kane not exactly having the best game either on a 6.5. So maybe them two are our substitutions, but also Romero, Sessegnon very tired. Yeah, interesting decisions. It's hard to balance the team when you're playing a game literally every 3 or 4 days at the moment. But Sessegnon finds Ibanez. He goes into Romero. Them two building a very nice centre-back partnership at the moment. Sprays a great ball wide here into Jed Spence, into the penalty area. It's a great ball across, but no one's at the back post. I don't know if it was a shot or a cross. Either way, doesn't find a white shirt and it goes behind. We are going to take Harry Kane off here for Richarlison, give Richarlison another opportunity. To be fair, when he has played, he's done fairly well. Final sub, there's a lot of tied bodies there. I think we are going to... I mean, Romero's currently feeling aggressive, so I feel that's probably the wise decision to do. Get Eric Dyer on for Romero. I think that's all of our substitutions made. I don't think it will let me make any more. No, we can't make any more substitutions. So 20 minutes to try and see out the 3 points here. Fingers crossed we are able to do so. Another throw in here. Spence plays a 1-2 with Brian Gill. Can he get a ball into the box? It is blocked. It's bouncing around. Mere comes and catches that. Pretty comfortable for him, I guess. Napoli now looking to build with Jesus into Minje. Comes to Lobotka. He sprays the ball out wide here to Zanoli. If I do pronounce anyone's names wrong, I do apologise. I'm not doing it on purpose. Højbjerg picks the ball up now. Looking for that ball in behind here to Brian Gill. Can he slot it into Richarlison? He looks to go alone. Ball across Richarlison. What a save by the keeper. It's a big chance for Richarlison. We've not been able to take it. Oh, that is one of the best chances we've seen in this game. 10 minutes left on the clock. Napoli have the ball once more. Ball comes over the top here, looking for Raspadori. Dyer again in the way of everything. He's been very impressive so far from what I've seen since he's come onto the pitch. Brian Gill switches it into Heung-min Son. What can he do with it? Can he get a ball into the box here? Driving at the Napoli defence. Cuts it back to Pedro Goncalves. Ball into the box! Basuma with a great chance. And he's just put it wide. Oh, hopefully we do not rue these missed chances. Corner ball here. Son puts it into the box. Cleared away. Only as far as Eric Dyer on the edge, who goes back to Jed Spence. Loads of time for him here. He goes into Sessegnon. Back to Eric Dyer. Can he pick a pass? Looks over the top here to Brian Gill. Brings it down. Ball into the box! Heung-min Son has his third goal this season. He's not scored many so far this campaign. It has been a fairly slow start from Heung-min Son, but that surely wraps up all 3 points now, and with the Frankfurt result as well, I think that is going to qualify us into the knockout rounds of the Champions League. So our last 2 games don't really mean all too much, but Goncalves picks the ball up again here, straight from the Napoli kickoff. Can we get a ball into the box? We can, and Napoli will be able to clear. Lobotka picks it up. That's a great distribution, to be fair. He goes into Elmas, who's going alone here. Can he finish? Good save, Hugo Lloris. It's a big save there from Hugo Lloris. 6 minutes left on the clock. I feel like we should be able to see this game out. Pedro Goncalves picks the ball up, plays it into Sessegnon. He plays a 1-2 with Heung-min Son. Back into Ibanez. Can he pick a pass here? He goes into Pedro Goncalves. Sloppy on the ball, though. He gives it away very cheaply. Elmas is in again here on their left-hand side. Can he get a ball into the box? He does. He's cleared away, though, by Jed Spence. Only as far as Elmas once again. Finds Lobotka. Ball into the box here. So, oh my god, it's a big chance for Lozano. Another very good save there from Hugo Lloris. That's 3 very good saves what I've seen so far from Hugo Lloris. We do need to switch on a little bit here, because if they get a goal back here into added time in the Champions League, you never know what could happen. We need to clear it. It's a free header at the back post again for Elmas. This time he heads over. Into the additional time, we should be able to see this game out. We do. I believe Frankfurt have failed to beat, I want to say it's Trabzonspor in their game as well, so I'm 99% sure we have qualified for the Champions League. Tottenham turned dominance into victory. No mention. There we go here. Tottenham qualified for round of 16. With 2 games to spare, we're on a positive 11 goal difference. We've doing very well in the Champions League. Again, now we need to go and follow it up though with a win against Crystal Palace. We have agreed a new 3-year contract here with youngster Thomas Blockson, 17 years of age, a new 3-year deal. We do also have the option for a further year as well. We'll get that finalised. We was suggested it by my director of football. He's got 3-star potential. He could improve a lot. Certainly one for the future, but I guess it's good to have him tied down when he's out of contract at the end of this current campaign. And the board are also delighted that we have achieved one of the objectives laid out in the club's vision at the end of this. Obviously, the season that we're currently playing in, the one is to reach at least the knockout stages of the Champions League. We've done that with 2 games to go. We have been very impressive, in our first couple games in the Champions League. Hopefully, this is something that we can build on now. Palace have had a very good start to the season, though, here, so it's not going to be an easy game whatsoever. They look to play a similar formation to us. Maybe this is a sort of game where we look to play the 4-2-3-1 and maybe go something like that and maybe take the game to Crystal Palace, because the 4-3-3 against the smaller clubs in the Premier League, we've kind of struggled with at the moment. So I think we are going to try the 4-2-3-1. Here's how we line up then for today's game. Away at Crystal Palace, we've got Lloris in goal, a back four, Roberto, Dyer, Ibanez and Sessegnon. Bentancur and Basuma in the midfield with Kulusevski on the right, Perisic on the left and Goncalves in behind Harry Kane. I believe this is the first game where we've started with a 4-2-3-1. Palace have had a very good start to the season, though they are currently ahead of us at the moment as well. Very good team in Football Manager. Got some very good young players like Eze, Edouard, Michael Elise. You know, the list goes on. Tyrick Mitchell. Got some very good players in their squad. They are playing with a 4-3-3 formation. Obviously, Wilfred Zaha, I forgot to mention there. Guehi, Anderson. Going to be a very tough game. My coaching team or my assistant manager has recommended that we play with low crosses this game because they're very good in the air, so set pieces were probably not going to be very useful for them. That is why I've picked Eric Dyer for this game. Big physical centre-half. We are currently 10th in the table. If we win, though, we could go into the top 4 if results do also go our way. We've got Villa after this as well. Hopefully we can pick up another 3 points in the Premier League, but we start here with a Crystal Palace free kick. Eze stood over it here in a dangerous area. He shoots, he scores. And again, we fall behind in the Premier League. It's a moment of quality from Eberechi Eze. We had genuinely 6, maybe 7 players in the wall there, and he's still been able to curl it around us. That's really poor. I've no idea why replays aren't currently showing. Why are my replays not working at the moment? Replay events, well, they're on, but goals aren't on. What is the purpose in that? Well, that's a bit silly, isn't it? Apologies about no replays in today's episode so far. I didn't turn that off, so I don't know why it has turned off. But either way, it's 1-0 Crystal Palace. We're losing. Again, not ideal. 20 minutes on the clock. We finally had our first shot of the game. Every time you play the 4-2-3, when you seem to get this message about the space between your defence and midfield is too big, I don't really get that personally, but I guess it doesn't really matter if we play the 4-3-3 or the 4-2-3-1. We're not very good in the Premier League. I mean, we might win the Champions League, but we might also get relegated at this rate. Harry Kane puts one straight at the keeper. I tell you what, Harry Kane has not had a great start to the season at all. I know he had that injury, but he has been really, really poor from what I've seen so far. Kulusevski has a chance to break for us here on this right-hand side, surrounded by Crystal Palace players. Loses it far too easily. Edwards has a chance here, but it's cleared by Dyer. Zaha goes back here into Tyreek Mitchell. Back into Zaha. A bit of space for him to work the shot just over the bar. We need to wake up here because there's seriously been some sloppy performances in this first half. Bentancur picks the ball up here, looking for a square pass. He goes back to Eric Dyer. He goes into Sergio Roberto, playing on a slightly different role in today's game as a complete wing-back. He takes the shot on himself. That surely got in. Guaita was literally in the net. That looked like that went into me. We're not even going to go to goal line technology or VAR. Sessegnon with a great tackle there. Then we've got a chance to counter-attack on our left-hand side. He gives it away, but he manages to win it back. He comes inside now, looking for a pass. He finds Harry Kane. Can he find a pass? He goes alone here. Harry Kane shoots, but it's a comfortable block for Crystal Palace. 33 minutes on the clock. It's been a really, really sloppy start from us so far. Harry Kane on a 6.3 is tired and on a yellow card. What has Goncalves even tried to do that? Approaching half-time, it's been a shocking first half from us. If we can get a goal back here, though, that would be very nice. Basuma with the ball in, aiming for Kulusevski. Something tells me we should be aiming for maybe Eric Dyer or Ibanez, not Kulusevski. Palace come forward with it here. Good tackle from Ryan Sessegnon. To be fair, Sessegnon's having a decent game. I've been impressed with what I've seen from him so far. Anderson with a nice switch. Dyer with a comfortable interception, though. He's forced to go backwards. Lloris goes long. I've never seen Lloris able to kick that far before. Harry Kane can't win it. Perisic loses it. Yeah, I've made my thoughts on Perisic known. I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you. Sessegnon with a good header there. Bentancur finds Perisic, who once again loses the 50-50. Richards looking for that ball over the top here. Elise. Oh, the referee's given a penalty. Elise wins the ball. Lloris came out. Everyone's ran past the referee. I think it's Ibanez the culprit. The recent signing from Roma. VAR are going to check the penalty. It looked like he won the ball, but a penalty has been awarded. And Crystal Palace have an opportunity here to make it 2. Milivojevic very rarely misses penalties. He steps up. Oh, Lloris guesses the right way, but it's right in the corner. And just before half-time, Crystal Palace double their lead. I don't understand why we're so bad in the Premier League. Do I need to play my full-strength side now in the Premier League? I mean, I've only made a couple of changes. Apart from Dyer, Bentancur and Perisic, this is the full-strength side. That's really concerning. Why are we so good in the Champions League but so poor in the Premier League? Does anybody else have this problem? We're losing at half-time. Harry Kane's coming off. We get Heung-min Son on up front. Try something different. Why not? Get Heung-min Son on as... I mean, yeah, we'll keep him as the advance forward maybe, see if we can try something different with that, but Harry Kane's dragged off at half-time. Well, we're an hour into the game. Nothing has changed so far in this first 15 minutes of the second half. I'm not going to hesitate and wait around forever for things to happen. Richarlison's going to come on up front with Heung-min Son. We're going to play him as the pressing forward. We get Kulusevski off as well for Brian Gill on that right-hand side. We could also do we getting Basuma off. He's fairly tired, so we shall get... maybe Coop Miners on, maybe put Coop Miners on the left hand side, play Coop Miners as a supportive central midfielder and get Bentancur to then be the ball winning midfielder. We've got one more change left. Think we are going to bring on not really many options. I guess we'll get Jed Spence on again at right wing back, play him as an attacking right wing back now. We'll also get Sessegnon to be a complete attacking wing back as well. We're just going to have to go for it. We've not really got anything to lose at this point, so we'll just go for it. Half an hour to play. We find ourselves 2-0 down once again with a mountain to climb. Eric Dyer picks the ball up here in the midfield, finds Jed Spence, carrying it forward, looking for that ball over top here into Perisic. Can't quite win it. It does fall for Sessegnon. Poor header though from Ryan Sessegnon. Elise clears now into Edouard. Bit of space to turn. It's a lunge there from Bentancur. Ball comes over the top again. Anderson wins it. They're so dominant in the air. We can't win anything. Son now takes it in his stride. Heung-min Son with his 4th goal this season. That's what we need to see more of. Could Heung-min Son maybe be our striker going forward? That's a great finish from him. VAR, I'm not going to check the goal. It didn't look offside. I mean, Koopmeiners is the only real one in the midfield who's been winning the ball back. Bentancur's put himself about a bit, to be fair. Son with a great strike. Maybe the keeper could be doing a little bit better there. We've got over 20 minutes now to try and find an equaliser, and then inevitably we want to find the winner as well. The second half, we've certainly been the better side. Maybe we need to go to a 4-2-4 more often. Koopmeiners, deep ball in. Cleared away by Tyrick Mitchell. Zaha up against Spence. Zaha wins the 50-50. Racing down in on goal. Sessegnon is running away from him. Run towards the ball. Great recovery though from Jed Spence. That's why we've brought him on, for that recovery pace. And everyone's offside here. Guehi has a free header. Decore picks it up now. Back to Mark Guehi. He switches the play into Richards. Loads of space from him. Where on earth is Perisic? Richards carrying it forward. Finds Michael Elise. Bit of space for him to turn. Picks out a pass. Edouard brings it down away from Dyer. Shot comes in over the bar. 15 minutes left on the clock here. We have a throw-in. Perisic eventually finds Koopmeiners. Bit of space for him here. Finds Bentancur. Lays it off to Jed Spence. Oh, I don't even know what he's tried to do there. It was kind of a reverse pass, but he's found Mark Guehi who clears. Only as far as Eric Dyer. We are piling on the pressure right now. Dyer on the overlap. Finds Jed Spence. Ball into the box. Easy catch for Guaita. He's just going to look to slow the game down now. With 15 minutes left on the clock. We really need a goal in the next 5 minutes or so if we want to be winning this game. Guaita looks for the sidewinder forward, looking for Mateta now. Ibanez with a good header underneath it. Bentancur finds Koopmeiners. He looks for a ball into the channel, looking for Ivan Perisic. Picks it up, loses the ball again. He managed to win it back though. Can he get a ball into the box? He does! He finds Richarlison, who finds the back of the net. It's an 8th goal this season for the Brazilian. And we've now got 15 minutes to try and find a winner. We found ourselves 2-0 down in that game against Everton. We managed to turn that round to 3-2. Granted, we did end up conceding in the 88th minute, but it's good battling play from Perisic. Ball into the box. Richarlison's completely unmarked. And the comeback is, I wouldn't say it's complete, but at least we're back on level pegging now. We've got 10 minutes to try and find the winner. Jed Spence here with a free kick. Looks for that ball down the line to Brian Gill. I've no idea what he's tried to do there. Can we win the ball back by pressing high? Hughes goes back to Guaita. Son's not really pressing the keeper. He was just kind of stood next to him. Guehi, good ball to be fair, into Nathaniel Klein, who's come on off the bench. He goes inside to Mateta. Got an overload on the far side. This is not where you want Zaha. But for some reason, he's gone for power, blazed it over the bar. Still 7 minutes left on the clock. It's still 2-2. And with 3 minutes added time, I can't really see us getting a winner here. If anyone is going to get the winner, it does look like it is going to be Crystal Palace. They've got a free kick here. Very happy to run the clock down. Klein goes into Anderson. He finds Will Hughes. Ball over the top here into Elise. Heavy first touchdown. Sessegnon messes about with it. Elise robs it off of him. Oh my God, he's hit the post. Deary me. I mean, look at the stats, to be fair. It's been a very, very end-to-end game. There's going to be one last chance here as Lloris goes running for the ball. There's still 20 seconds left on the clock. Lloris is going to play it short here into Eric Dyer. He goes into Bentancur. Looks for Jed Spence. That's really poor from Bentancur, though. Intercepted well by Eric Dyer. To be fair, I think Dyer's had quite a good game. And he just kicks it straight out of play. Well, that's surely going to be time now. Surely that's going to be game over. We're well over the clock. They're taking 30 seconds for a throw-in. Someone's absolutely blowing there. I think that might be Eric Dyer. Anderson now on the ball. Can we have the full-time whistle, please, referee? Unless we're going to win the ball back. There's the full-time whistle. I mean, we've shown good character to get the game back to 2-2. Perisic with 2 assists. But at the end of the day, it's another 2 points drop. With all due respect, we've got to be beating teams like Crystal Palace. I'm really disappointed with that. We're doing really well in the Champions League. We're currently 6th in the Premier League table. Again, we are only 1 point off of 4th place. Teams like Arsenal and Chelsea have an absolute shockers so far this season. Newcastle all the way down in 19th. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes. As I said at the start of today's video, that would be absolutely class. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 400 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. I don't know when we are going to come back. We'll probably come back maybe for the quarterfinals of the Champions League, but I don't know when that fits in with the World Cup and all that sort of stuff because I don't want to go too far in the future. If it's before this game against Preston and Leicester, then we'll do then. If it's not, then we'll probably do Preston and Leicester. We'll just have to wait and see when the Champions League quarterfinals are, because not quarterfinals, round of 16, because I'm not really too sure when they are. But thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all very soon for another video. Peace.